NBA. Um, a lot of players playing across seas, playing in EuroLeague, in the African League. Players like Joker, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, um, Minga, um, and the question becomes, especially with guys playing in pro-ams like Rico Hines and stuff like that, Rucker, and recent injuries to this year's draft standout Chet Holmgren, former MVP Giannis injured his mild ankle sprain. It seems like also a mild knee sprain as well. Um, Question is, should teams be allowing players to play in the off season, play basketball in the off season, whether it be for a pro am tournament or for their national teams, such as what Luca and Giannis are doing in the EuroLeague, you know, what Kaminga is doing in the African League. What are your thoughts on teams' ability to, you know, basically control players off season?
I don't think they should have any control. It's dumb. Let basketball players play basketball. To me, this is like not even a thing. I know, Hill, you're gonna push back, but I just feel like if I own a team or I run a team and a player is playing basketball, he's trying to get better over the summer, I'm okay with it. Injuries is just is you run the risk of an injury anytime you play basketball. So yeah, I have no issue playing in. I don't care if it's the Rucker or Euro basketball gold medal or you're playing on the terror squad team. I don't care.
Hill, your thoughts?
Well, this is the beauty of this. Yeah, if I'm an employer and you sign a contract, you're not playing in none of them. Period. And I know that the term "should they let them play" is harsh. And if you want that in a contract, it would pretty much be a turnoff. For that, I say a lot of people say, well, I go back to Eastern Europe or Africa to play for the pride of my country. The beauty of it is that they had their own leagues. So you can do both. You can get paid and be in that league if you want. So you can go to the Euro League and do that permanently. You can play in the African League and do it permanently. You can play pickup basketball if you choose permanently. But if I'm employing you and those equate to my ticket sales, no, you're not playing them at all. No, done, deal, finish. To me, it's an easy argument. Yes, it would be in the language of the contract. No, you wouldn't be doing outside of it. It seems harsh. Grow up. I'm paying you $50 million not to play in a summer league game or a country game outside of what I'm paying you here because you're an employee of me. It is what it is, and that's how I would approach it.
And see, I'm more in line with P. I'm of the thought that on the whole, for the average NBA player, the NBA doesn't pay them enough to be able to dictate their personal time during the off season. Point blank period. I think, hey, some of the players that you're talking about, the 50 million, the supermax players, hey, with these new contracts, maybe I'll listen to you if a player getting paid that much. But hey, that's what insurance is for. And for my personal time on in the off season when I'm not getting a check from the team, no, you don't have a say in that time. Now during the season, when you're issuing me checks and I'm getting paid by you to fulfill the contract that we signed, yeah, you can say Malik, the basketball player, I don't want you to play we're playing in the season. But during the off season or my personal time, no, you don't pay me on that.
Well, during the off season, you got hurt and you can't fulfill the contract, which I need you for the regular season.
And that's going to be on me, the player. in the sense that, hey, I might lose out on the checks that you as my employer would be giving me if I was available. Now,
You're not
hey,
going to lose out on any
and
of the checks
depending
actually
on,
because the contracts are guaranteed.
okay,
You're not going to lose out on anything.
and that's what insurance is for. That's what you get trade exceptions for and stuff like that. That's been bargained out in the CBA.
Well, then I'll be
And,
that manager, which a lot of NBA players probably wouldn't sign to. But that would be in the language of me being the owner. That would be in the language of my contract. I don't even see it as a point of right or wrong. I just think it's that of a personal choice of an employer of employee, and the personal choice is I won't play for Khalil's team. I'll play for another team in which that's not a stipulation in my contract. Totally fine. But that language,
definitely.
I would definitely have it in there.
Okay. Listeners, let us know what you think. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, um, or email us directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Do you think professional NBA players should be allowed to play during the offseason, or should they not be allowed to play, or should that decision be in the team's hands?
Make
Let
this,
us know.
come on, make this an easy goal.
That's in play.
It is an easy vote, yo. You're US of A, freedom.
I mean, speaking of hurt players, don't we have a few coming back?
Well,
Um,
I think you guys think more
players
coming back than
making a
I think are
comeback.
coming back. But
You got. Let's start out in LA. We'll start with the Clippers first. Yeah. You got Kawhi Leonard and PG-13 making a comeback.
okay,
From
well,
injuries. They
let's
also
start
have
there.
John Wall.
Let's start
Don't
there.
let him finish, guys.
When we say come back, when we say come back, so Kawhi wasn't there. He was hurt. They just sent him. I don't even know at this point. I don't know. Like wasn't he there?
He was hurt last season.
He was
He didn't
hurt
play
last season.
last
Well,
season.
last season and a half, right? 2 seasons?
Yeah, close to it.
Groundhog Day. I don't.
Two seasons. I mean,
Okay.
that
Sorry for the interruption, Mo. I just
they're slated to be very high. I mean, they always are, but I have the Clippers being around that middle of the pack playoff team, 4th or 5th. I don't have them too high. Kawhi Leonard hopefully comes back healthy, but I mean, luck plays a part in a lot of people's outlooks towards ranking these players, and Kawhi Leonard is one of them. He got quite a few lucky breaks for his career, in which the way we look at Kawhi Leonard. I'll just leave it at that. So I'll be happy to have him come back, but and piggybacking off of P and coming back for what though? What is he there to prove? That he is a champion when Kevin Durant was pretty much had no legs and Klay Thompson was hurt as well. So
yeah. I think his championships don't get questioned as much because he's quiet. I like you know what I mean. Like I feel like you could question his just as much as you question KD's. I really do. For different reasons,
and
but he goes under the radar, so nobody says anything. But yeah,
I'm a Paul George guy. Yeah. I mean,
and Hill, I'm kind of surprised you're not mentioning one of your favorite point guards coming back on the same team, Mr. John Wall.
he brought him up. I might have really cut him off, but he definitely brought him up.
Yeah, I mean, we have to see them play. We have to see them play. Of course, he's a fan favorite of mine. It's no secret. Him and Paul George, I root for them to the end. But we haven't seen John Wall in what, 4 years?
Yeah, we saw him in Rico Hines, I think, this offseason.
Lighting it up.
You know, he was playing. He was lighting it up.
Because the Clippers let him play.
Right.
That's because the Clippers let him play.
So Isaiah Thomas.
What do you think about Denver and how they're going to look with those Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Smith coming back?
They have to be better. I can't. Jamal Murray's, he's pretty. Both players are like the second, third best player. You know what I mean? If they were a playoff team without them, I mean, I if I'm Denver, I have high expectations for our team this season.
Well, they're a Western Conference Finals team with Jamal Murray, and they're out early with just Joker doing it by himself. As much as we all out Joker, so I think that's a big addition having both of those guys added to that team, because as it shows, God knows he can't do it by himself.
Yeah, I think this might be the most important return, really, to be honest, in the whole league. Not the best players, but the most important returns. I think this team has a lot of potential to go make a lot of noise in the playoffs if they're healthy.
Okay. Going back to LA, Phil, one of your favorite players,
Mr. Glass.
Anthony Davis is going to be coming back.
Coming back from he played last year.
Barely.
This is what we're doing now.
Like 20 games. He played like 20 games, like 20 or 30 games.
I mean, this is a whole. He's always in. So I don't consider him somebody coming back from being injured. My whole thing is Anthony Davis. I just want him to come back good. Period. If that's the comeback I want to see from Anthony Davis. I don't think he was good last year. So if he can come back good this year, it'd be a heck of a comeback story for LA. I don't expect too much, being that there's still a long in the tooth roster. They have Westbrook still. Just come back good. Forget healthy. Because he can't be healthy anymore. So I'm done with that. Just come back good whenever times you play. And that's it. The intriguing guy that I'm interested in is that guy in Portland. That's the guy I want to know. Is he healthy and he's wanting to play? Because I haven't seen Dame Lillard.
Do we feel confident in Portland's chances not to chase for a championship? That's out of the question. But to be a playoff contender.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they have a chance to be a playoff team. Who's there now? CJ's going. I don't really like. Since Dame didn't play there last year, I probably just didn't watch a Portland game.
They got Gary Payton II. They still got Vujacic.
No, he's on the Bulls.
Oh man, wow.
Nurkic.
Yeah, we might be looking at a play.
Excuse me, sorry.
We might be looking at a playing game for Portland. We might be looking at a playing game.
But I have to say that do I have to name players? They have Anthony Simons. Do you believe in the guy? He's good.
I mean, he's good, but it's Portland, Hill.
He's good, but he's replacing CJ. So it's kind of like,
okay.
Now who's replacing Portland? Who's replacing Simons though? You know what I mean? Like I feel like
they just got They just got Gary Payton.
Gary Payton II. That's who's replacing Simons' feet. That's your.
Correct.
And it's Portland.
Like I said,
my answer simply is just the addition of Dame Lillard. Period. That'll get him to the playoffs. Nothing about Dame.
I think it might be a play-in, but I can see them making the playoffs. I can see it's more the same in Portland. It's more the same. Like it's not Dame. We know what we're gonna get with Dame. Like,
yeah, I think Dame could Dame could get them to the 6th slot. Yes, Dame.
Yeah, okay.
That much.
You got a lot of faith in Dame.
Yes, I do have a lot of faith in Dame.
And you're discounting like some of the teams you just talked about.
Not really.
Like, hey, all right, you don't think the Clippers are going to get
because
better?
the Clippers have to. Because I don't know who these people are. I don't know. Listen. I watch Kawhi Leonard. I have eyes, so therefore I don't go by what people say. So yeah, I have to see what they do. I don't have the Clippers winning the West as a lot of people have them.
No. What do you have them as a top 6 team?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
6.
I see. That's where I have them as the top 6 if they stay healthy.
And then I'll say that's where we did. It's totally different, and because I haven't seen these people play in years. So I don't know where they get this currency to have them the 6th best team in the West. It's a lot of talent in the West. I'm 1 year past from Dame. These other guys are 4, 3, I don't know what years from them. Oh, I have to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Pete, talking about one of your favorite players, your man Ben Simmons. coming back this year. You
Are we
think
sure
he's
about
going to have
this? Whoa, whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
positive
whoa.
impact
We're sure he's coming
on
back.
the Nets?
Okay.
Yes, he had the surgery. He's set. He's good to
But
go.
he had the
He's
surgery
ready to
last
ball.
year. No. He had the surgery last year. He's supposed to come back for the playoffs. That didn't happen?
Yeah.
I'm bugging.
No, what happened was they got swept before he could come back. If they had extended that series to like 5 or 6 games, he probably could have came back.
Yeah, but what does he?
We'll never know. We'll never know.
But what does he come back to and as? Who is he?
A 6'10" Rondo. A 6'10" Rondo.
Yeah.
That's something I don't want.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell you that's what he is.
I don't want to see one run.
Everybody who listens to this cast know how I feel about Sid. I think he's a talented player. I think he's a good player. Does he necessarily? Brooklyn, he's almost unnecessary. Like Kyrie and Durant don't need him. You know what I mean? Like when they get double to kick it out to him, that's where the problem starts.
And my whole thing is, I don't, and I hate to beat the drum. He's a talented player. In what aspect? Where? What does he do?
Passing and defense.
Yep. There you go.
Passing and defense. If you thought I was gonna say something like scoring, no, absolutely not. But I don't think that team needs a facilitator like him. I think he's more like a 1980s player or 1990s where you give it to the point guard every time down. Today's game, the positions basketball, no one really needs that.
So he's a talented defender because you know that this. I don't even know if you could phrase that correct. I think he's a hard-working defender, one of the hardest defenders, because you can't really quantify defense.
Like a Draymond. He's like a Draymond on defense.
But he's not.
Why not? What's the difference?
Nah, he's a. I think he's an elite defender. I would say that.
I just think they're both
elite defenders.
They're both versatile defenders. I'm not saying he's Scottie Pippen.
I watched Draymond Green defend. I watched Draymond Green defend. I've seen Ben Simmons play very hard defense. They tell me 1 through 5. Elite? No, he's not. He's not elite. He's not an elite defender.
Oh well, I think
he's an elite defender.
I don't think.
Well,
not to go off curve. I think Draymond's a good. I don't. What do you call elite? To me, Scottie Pippen is an elite defender. Akeem Olajuwon is an elite defender. I think Draymond's a good versatile defender. I don't think he's like the end all be all lockdown defender. Like I didn't see him shut down Jason Tatum in the final. Like he's a good defender, but I don't. Yeah, this isn't a Deion Sanders situation in my eyes.
I don't know how to quantify an elite defender, to be fair. Because they said Rodman was an elite defender.
You said who?
Rodman.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. I think they both were good. I think they both were good defenders. I just don't throw elite around like that. I think Michael Cooper, Dennis Rodman, they were good defenders, bro. They were good. They were good on defense.
So who would be an example of an elite defender in your eyes, Pete?
Scottie Pippen. I think Scottie Pippen is I saw it. Like I saw the 91 NBA Finals, him guarding Magic Johnson. To me, like I don't know what else test can you get? Like that's
I don't know, and I can't understand that. And I can't even say Scottie Pippen is an elite defender because he shut down Magic.
And again, that's the narrative. I don't think he shut him down.
Don't be disrespectful,
I think he did a good job on Magic. I think Magic averaged like his average. Like you know what I mean? He gave me like 19 and 11 or something like that. Like yeah.
Yeah,
but that's against arguably the second best player on earth at that time.
Arguably.
You know what I mean? So
Earth
I think
small during those times.
In 1991, in my not so humble opinion, Magic would probably be the second best player on earth. I thought Scotty did a good job on him. So that's why I think Scotty's the elite.
Everyone who they claim to be an elite defender, but I've seen get torched. So I don't know how to quantify it. I really don't. They tell me Kawhi. I saw Kawhi get torched.
Kawhi's a good defender, but I did see him put the clamps on James Harden though. And I think Drew Holiday's an elite defender also. I think Drew Holiday's an elite defender. I do.
Right. He put the clamps on.
My thing is, if you saying Drew Holiday is a elite defender, you guys say Ben Simmons is an elite defender too. Because I don't think there's anything that Drew Holiday has done that you can't find from.
I'll tell you exactly why. I saw Drew Holiday put the clamps on Dame. I saw it. I actually saw Drew Holiday put the clamps. And then when I say the clamps, Dame averaged like 20. He shot at like a low percentage. That was Drew Holiday. Like when I say elite defender, I'm not going by all defensive team and reputation. I'm going by what I saw. I saw Scottie Pippen on Magic. I saw Drew Holiday on Dame. They did a great job. To me, that makes them elite defenders. Like that's it. I'm going off the eye test. It's not even stats. I saw them play.
Holiday versus John Moran, and John Moran coached Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, and make it happen. And I think Max Spring gave Scotty 50.
To me, elite means every game you're playing. And I don't know who.
Well, that's almost impossible.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let's leave it up to the listeners. Hey, listeners, hit us up on social media. Y'all let us know what y'all think elite basketball player is. And can you name some elite NBA basketball defenders? And hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or hit us up by direct email at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Let us know what you think.
And it ain't Rudy Gobert. Do not give me Rudy Gobert.
William Russell, Elijah one?
Yeah, that's legit.
He averaged 50 and 28. He averaged 50 and 28.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you think Gary Payton II would be an elite defender?
No. I think he's a good defender. I don't think he's elite. I think he's a good defender. He plays hard, but I don't think he's elite.
I don't think he's an elite defender.
Okay. It's tough. I don't know if we've seen an elite defender if that's the case. Then.
Again, I'm standing on it. I say Scotty and Drew. I'll stand on that.
I mean, but even with those examples that you give, like them having their elite defender moment, they held someone to 20 points. They held, you know what I mean? Like, all right, they just weren't as efficient.
Right, that's what you want. I'm gonna make you miss. I can't help the volume. Like, especially in today's NBA, you're going to get your shot. I just have to make it tough for you and make you shoot at a low percentage. Like Dame is a 25 and up a game scorer. To hold him to 20 points a game in the low 40s. Good defense.
And I'm gonna say this because I know you guys, and I know you guys when we play, y'all are more offensive minded. I think you credited a lot of NBA players, and if you're using the same criteria for Drew and Pippen, you'll find a lot more elite defenders in the league.
If you're going,
just watch the tape. You gotta pay attention to the tape.
I don't think.
Me and Hill differ. I think there's probably two in the league. Well, actually, it's probably one in the league right now. Two that I could think of adding Scotty. Hill's just like it doesn't exist. Loch Ness.
Yeah, I don't think it's
possible. New faces and new places, fellas. We had a lot of movement in the off season. A lot of trades, major trade. Donovan Mitchell traded from the Utah Jazz to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Also, his former Utah Jazz teammate Rudy Gobert was traded from Utah Jazz to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Also had Dallas Mavericks picking up Christian Woods. with all these moves, and the LA Clippers picking up John Wall, with all these pieces moving and whatnot, do we see any difference in the forecast for some of these teams? In particular, hey, are we forecasting Cleveland being better than we might have initially forecasted them prior to the Donovan Mitchell trade? Are we seeing a similar forecast for Minnesota prior to the Rudy Gobert trade? Do we think that either of these teams have increased their chances to make a strong playoff run?
Yes and no. I think both teams, it's possible they can win more games. I think they did get better. Minnesota, Cleveland, and the Clippers. I think they did get better. They'll probably win more games than they did last year. Excluding the Clippers, I don't think none of them getting out the first round. It's possible, but I don't see Cleveland getting out the first round, nor Minnesota.
Well, Cleveland would have to play the 7th seed.
No, I think they might be the 7th seed.
No.
Because they're clearly they're not better than Boston.
Yes,
they're not better than Milwaukee.
They're not.
Okay, they won't have a better record than Boston. They won't have a better record. They won't have a better record than Milwaukee. They won't have a better record than the Philadelphia 76ers. Who am I missing?
They will.
They'll battle Chicago and Atlanta.
Brooklyn, Chicago. We're done with Chicago, right? Chicago, we're done with that, right? Because that was the whole good feel-good story. Like Chicago and Miami, we could put to the side, right?
Oh, Miami?
No, I don't think so. I think Chicago, hey, they're getting healthy. Last year, a lot of the issues, even though they were able to make a couple of big runs during the regular season, a lot of their issues stem from them being unhealthy. You didn't have Lonzo Ball all last year.
They have a healthy Caruso.
You didn't have a healthy Caruso.
Yeah. And they go into the same thing we were talking about Utah and Minnesota. Not that they're new faces, but they're getting a healthy Caruso and Lonzo Ball, which I think makes them a better team, obviously. Yeah, but I could still see them losing in the first round.
So you have a big three, a solid bench, and
big three for who?
Oh, my fault. So Cleveland has the big three, or defensive players, and a solid bench to help with them. They will get the number 2 slot.
Now, I got them fighting for that 4 through 7 spots. 4 through 7.
Okay, it's here. It is 9-10, 9-10, right? September 10th, 2:24 time around. He said, "Out. Let's mark it that I say. There's no hot take. This is how I feel that the Cleveland Cavaliers will be the second best team in the East."
I'm putting on the record that I've got them at best the 4th seed in the East, and at worst the 7th seed.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have them not having home court advantage. I don't see it.
So that's out of the top 4.
Right.
Okay. I have the top 2.
And I think they're going to be a good team. I don't want to make it seem like
4.
4? Okay. I mean, I really think they're going to be a better team. And go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, I think we can't discount the defense that they've been able to show that they can play without Donovan, and then Donovan adds the scoring punch and stuff like that. I think that's going to push them, and they were already on a trajectory to get in the top 6 seed based on what they were doing last year with last year's team and some of the advancements they were able to make as a team. And I think adding Donovan Mitchell and not losing any of those key players from last year's team will really help them out. And now you have a player in Donovan Mitchell that has playoff experience, has experience making deep runs in the playoffs. Nobody on that team has been to the playoffs. I want to say maybe Allen has been to the playoffs, but
Yeah, I can't tell anymore.
before joining Cleveland and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
last year was the playing game. It was they didn't make the playoffs. I'm still right.
you are impressed.
They lost in the play in, or they played in. I thought they got in.
Yeah, I think they made it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to your point, well, actually, I counter your point. That backcourt defensively, that ain't it, bro. Like I Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, they're Jared Allen is gonna get a lot of
And
opportunities to block some shots, bro.
and I would be
Golden State has one
more.
of the great defensive backcourts known to man.
Yeah, and I would I would be more concerned about that if they didn't have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Because you have those two guys and you're they're committed to playing those two guys together. Oh, every guard on that squad should know what it is. We're driving them to these two monsters. Let them figure it out. That's how that'll go. Just like Golden State does with Draymond Green and Looney. Now you have obviously better talent as far as defensive talent in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
That team could be scary.
I think they got better. That's about it.
I think the term.
What about Dallas with Christian Wood?
Again, honestly, I think. Well, I don't know if they got better because they lost Jalen Brunson. I know, jokes aside, Jalen Brunson really contributes to them. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know.
What they were missing was a power forward, and they got it.
Okay. Okay.
So
you think they can make another deep run in the playoffs again?
Because Luka's going to be MVP this year. Yes, yes.
So wait, so Luka's a point guard, correct? Yeah. Or we got him at point? Correct. So they don't need a small forward, power forward, and center?
No, they needed a stout power forward.
I thought they needed a front court, bro. Like,
they got a super center right now.
Who?
McGee.
Oh yeah.
Serviceable.
Who's that?
I agree. JaVale McGee. You heard him.
I don't know how much you got left. We'll see.
Champion. I think two-time champion, JaVale McGee.
Lock them in as the third or fourth seed because Luka's going to have an OD season this year. They're not going to win the chip, but Christian Wood is going to help them. Excuse me?
No,
I'm not counting the loss.
I'm a Luka guy. Dallas as a team.
Listen, one of the worst things that could have ever happened, the Knicks will find out, is getting Jalen Brunson. Forget the paying for him. Just getting him, they're gonna understand why.
Oh, nah.
That pickup. He's paying from them. They're
He's
really gonna be disappointed.
Oh yeah, the Knicks are gonna be horrible.
Okay. They have two $25 million players in which they're gonna say, this is a nightmare between him and Randall.
Hey guys,
but that's another story.
Guys, let us know what you think. Hit us up. Let us know what new faces and new places is going to have a major impact on the upcoming NBA season. Do you think the trades that Cleveland and Minnesota did to capture Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, respectively, will make a major impact in the Eastern and Western conferences? Do you think Christian Woods can help Luka take the next step to chasing a championship? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or email us directly at WeNeeda5th at gmail.com. Guys, we had a year to watch the rookies play last year. Want to do a little who is he you remind me of for last year's top 3 draft picks. So I'm going to take the top three draft picks of last year, and who do these players remind you of? What do they get? Whose game do they remind you of? Or whose game do you see when you see these young players? First one up, the number one pick was Cade Cunningham. Hill, who is he?
This is gonna be a little effigy right now. So I'm gonna say I'm stuck between Steve Smith and it really hurts to say because it's not fair, but I'll say between Steve Smith and Penny Hardaway. That's why I have. That's why I have them. The guys left the screen. Just see that we need a fifth emblem over there. Steve Smith, Penny Hardaway.
Pete, can I go for it? Because I feel like you're gonna light it up, and I'm almost on the same track. I I've been saying Steve Smith since he was in college, so I'm sticking with that. I think he's. I watched some more tape of him last night, and yeah, Steve Smith. Maybe a little bit more bounce than Steve Smith, but pretty much that's who he reminds me of. I Pete, go ahead. Who does he remind you of? Kate Cunningham.
And surprisingly, I'm with both of you. Steve Smith. I think we was watching him at Oklahoma State or something. I was like, yes, he's Steve Smith, a little bit more athletic than him, I believe. But yeah, I think Steve Smith is a spot on comparison. The reason I left the screen
a little bit more athletic. Steve Smith is not Penny Hardaway.
No.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, all of our affinity, including yours, Hill. So I don't know. Cunningham, I think is going to be a good player. So let me say that. I don't want to seem like I want to kill him, but I think he's going to be a good player if he's not already in most people's eyes. But yeah, this affinity I have for Penny. Like to me, that's you said the expectation is really high for the kid. Like I think Penny again. I'll say it again. I think if Penny didn't get an inch, he'd be one of the greatest ever to do it. So I don't see that. Like I don't see. It's just the court vision alone. I don't see it. Like I don't think he's the passer that Penny has.
Court vision?
Huh?
Court vision.
No, I don't think Cade has Penny's court vision nor athleticism. Nor ball handling, actually. I feel like he could do that's why I think Steve Smith is a good comparison. Steve Smith could do everything Penny could do, just not as good. To me, Steve Smith could handle the ball, he could pass it, he could shoot it, just not as good as Penny. Actually, Mike could shoot it better than Penny, to be honest. But yeah. So I mean, that struck me, but it's not the worst comparison in the world. He's a 6'8" versatile guy that can play 1, 2, 3. So I get it, but yeah, I don't think he's Penny, but Steve Smith.
Okay.
Steve Smith.
All right. Now we go into the number 2 pick of that draft, which was Jalen Green. I'm going to start off with the ridiculous first, so I'm going to let Hill go first. Hill, you go ahead. Yeah.
I got 3 players because he had a little tumultuous rookie year, good and bad. At times, Gerald Green at the worst. The middle, I had him when he was stumbling and getting better, J.R. Smith. And then ultimately, I think he's going to give me Kobe Bryant vibes.
He, a little bit more reasonable. What's up? Who does Jalen Green remind you of?
Not Kobe. Let's see.
That's remind you of Kobe.
He really does it. Joe Green is decent though. Joe Green is a decent comparison.
And when you say that, that makes me want to get disrespectful, and I have to check myself for really saying compare him to somebody on the opposite spectrum.
but ironically, I could do the Pennsylvania ties. To me, it's Eddie Jones. He reminds me of more athletic Eddie Jones, but Eddie Jones reminds me of 6'5", 6'6", can handle it. Get in the lane. Yeah.
But Jalen Green is good though.
So Eddie Jones is an all-star. What are we talking about?
And P, I don't see it.
Whoa. So, wait, you think he's?
I don't.
So you don't think he'll get to Eddie Jones level?
Nah.
Wow.
I thought Hill was kind of spot on with Gerald Green and J.R. Smith at the best.
Oh, you think Gerald Green's better than Eddie Jones?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't think. I don't know why P's even comparing them. Like Eddie Jones played defense. Eddie Jones played the whole game. Like Jalen Green, all we're talking about is how he looks on offense. He doesn't play defense at all. So we shouldn't even be mentioning anybody that plays defense. Or like Eddie Jones plays defense. Kobe Bryant played defense. So from day one they played defense. Because in high school they played defense.
All right, here's what
in college he played defense.
I'll send you a montage because I'll be safe to say, let's be fair, I'll be safe to say you didn't chart Jalen Green's games this year to say that he wasn't a defensive player. Because I'll send you a clip, multiple put together to show you that he does play defense. Okay. So it will be fair.
Please send that clip.
Right. So let's not.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
He does play defense.
I'll wait.
All right, but he does play defense.
Steph Curry does too.
Okay.
AI does.
I'm not here to say that, but the quote was he doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Man does play defense.
Not on the level of Eddie Jones. Right. Not on the level of Kobe Bryant. No, he doesn't. At any point in their career, he doesn't play the level of defense that they commit them.
Jalen's career. At any point, we have to wait. We have to wait. It's early.
It's disrespectful to compare him to those guys.
Because Eddie Jones wasn't the second pick in the draft.
Eddie Jones is better.
He is now. We have to wait. We have to wait.
He was better in college. He was better at Temple than Jalen Green is right now, yo.
Drafted too. If he was better in college, he'd have been drafted the second best player in the league. That's pretty much plain and simple. So clearly,
that means he had more talent in his draft class than Jalen Green.
Well, I can name a few people,
and they weren't speculating.
I think that Eddie Jones is better than. I can name a few people before Eddie Jones you might think is better than Eddie Jones if I run down some names.
I'm sure from his draft class, of course.
All right, but
I'm not questioning the talent of his draft class. I'm questioning the talent of Jalen Green. That's who all I'm comparing. That's what I'm saying. That Eddie Jones is better than Jalen Green. Point blank, I'm choosing him every day of the week and twice on
Sunday. That's your
opinion.
I'm not here to convince you for that. I'm not going to do that. I'm only going for my eye test. The kid got game. To me, he's better. I'm not going on his what he is. My whole argument is that he doesn't play defense. I say he does play defense. That's all I'm saying. And I disagree. That's all. Eddie Jones, right. Again, that's why I said I'll send you. I'll show that he plays.
I don't think the tape exists, honestly. To be honest.
Well, then I would be wrong. That's fine. But I said I'll send it to you.
I can't wait to see it.
Right.
Can't wait to see it, bro.
For me to say that he's not a better defender than Eddie Jones, I can't quantify defense because it's not something you can quantify.
And plus, you don't play it, Phil.
You can't quantify. Only thing you can say is that either you do play it,
like you've seen Eddie Jones play. I've seen Eddie Jones play defense and offense, and I've seen Jalen Green play offense.
Listen,
I'm still waiting for him to show me what he does on defense.
I won't get off topic because I won't stretch it out. Eddie Jones plays defense hard. There's nothing to quantify defense except for hard or well. And it doesn't help me.
And I'm saying Jalen Green doesn't even give you that.
Yeah, but that's just opinion.
At any point, you can't even say that. Hey, you've seen him play hard defense. I can't say that. I can say that. Hey, he showed me that he can score the basketball.
We already agreed to say that I'll send you a tape So that's it. That's it. We're done. Again,
I
the
knew,
whole
I knew,
defense thing really mesmerizes me because it's quantified.
I
Like
knew
they said,
Jalen Green was going. Yeah, I knew Jalen Green was going to be controversial, but I thought it was the Kobe take. I had no clue that Eddie Jones take was going to.
Yo, my thing
Wow.
is Kobe shouldn't even be brought in the same paragraph as Jalen Green.
No,
Let alone.
I expected that.
My thing is, he's not even on Eddie Jones level. Forget Kobe. That's the disgust I have. Like, yo, he shouldn't even be compared to Eddie Jones. And then you have the nerve to compare him to the legend, Kobe.
So Mo, who did you compare him to? Mo, who did you compare him to? You didn't make a comparison, right? Jalen Green.
Gerald Green, J.R. Smith sounds about right.
I mean, Jalen Green. Oh, okay. You just
Gerald Green or J.R.
Smith
sounds about right.
I mean, but J.R. Smith is better than Eddie Jones. Though.
Wow. No, he's not.
But J.R. Smith had a better career than Eddie Jones.
He's not.
J.R. Smith is.
We're done. Like you said, we're done. The next player in the draft that year, Evan Mobley. Y'all can't be serious.
I can't be serious because I watch basketball.
I do too.
The funny part of all of this, Hill, we all agree with you on like the first player. Serious. Oh man. No, I'm with you on Steve Smith. We're all with you on Steve Smith, and we're all with you. Oh, actually, no, we're not with you on Eddie at all. No one's with me on Eddie. But, Jalen, J.R. Smith, and yeah. Go ahead.
They all weren't with me for Wick. Too. Let them too.
Evan Mobley, y'all.
Jordan actually too. We need a fifth. So let
wow. Oh, man. Evan Mobley. Who does he remind you of? Bill, who does Evan Mobley remind you of?
I'll wait till y'all go. I'll go last this time. I have to think about it. I've been so.
Who does he remind you of?
For me, probably fortunately for Chris Bosh. That's who reminds me. Chris Bosh.
Lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on Evan Mobley like everybody else. I'm not big on Chris Bosh like everybody else, so that's why I say Chris Bosh. It's a good player.
Have touch like Bosh. Go ahead, Mo.
For me,
I'm not sure Chris Bosh had touch like that.
Somewhere between Marcus Camby and David Robinson. Somewhere in between that. Like I can see he has the length and the defensive presence of like, hey, both David Robinson and Marcus Camby as far as being able to protect the weak side and stuff like that. David Robinson as far as his athleticism and ability to get to the hole, his touch. Yeah, probably more in the line of David Robinson.
All right, so my end, all right, because we watch basketball, right? So I'll be fair, we watch basketball. The difference between Marcus Camby and David Robinson is the size of the Grand Canyon. It's not even close. Can we just start there? Can we do that? Can we be?
I would say Marcus Camby because of his length, and when Marcus Camby came in, and you like to talk about draft order, he was a number 2 pick in his draft. What do you call it? Hey, lengthy. He would sprint the court like a gazelle. He was able to get to the hoop. That part of Marcus's game, hey, he resembles that.
No, but this is I'm just saying, this is your assessment, and it's fair. To be fair, this is your assessment. All right, I'll put it this way. I have them, wherever you look at it as, I have him between Bosh and AD, wherever that is right now, because I'm not high on AD. Whatever that is, I'll leave it at that. That point is AD, whatever his rookie year and all that other stuff is something of the past. So whatever AD is now to where Bosh is, that's what happened.
Give me AD. Give me AD.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll take neither one of them. You ask me if I had to. I don't like either one of them. I'm good.
Um,
Actually, probably now.
Listeners, let us know. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with our assessments of the previous draft top three, or do you have some other ideas of who they remind you of? Hit us up on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or email us directly at the 5th@gmail.com.